Alright, yo, what is going on, everyone? Oh, another trade recap, another day. Yeah, let's get right into it as well. Really, not a whole lot to say. Honestly, pretty good day. I thought both of the moves here were pretty obvious, to be honest. I'll get into it. Here's the P&L. Here's the P&L. Alright, so we have 3,700. So made back yesterday plus some. Made around 900 on each account. Back to that same position as yesterday. Pretty close to passing these. Finally, hopefully we can, get a little momentum going. Alright, so this is my day here. So coming into the day, I was pretty heavily bearish. If you just saw that, I know I took longs. Probably sorry. Oh my gosh. I know you're probably like, why did you take longs if you were heavily bearish? Okay, so first off, I was heavily bearish because, first off, we are delivering off this daily gap again. I used this as confluence, a couple weeks ago when we were in it as well. Yeah, we're in this daily fair value gap that seems to be just like holding us so strongly. And we also swept all this high resistance liquidity yesterday. With these, not to mention all this like kind of, honestly, you could call this accumulation on the daily time frame, I guess. But all this high resistance liquidity we swept. So I'm looking for a move down, okay? And we also inverse this 4-hour gap. So this was like overnight. This bullish 4-hour be inversed. So I'm looking for a move down. My main draws on liquidity are this swing low we have right here, and then this kind of, what would you call this? I guess another higher time frame swing low. These are my two main draws on liquidity. I want to see to get hit. And we end up taking out this draw before market opens. Okay, so at this point, this is the reason that I said longs might be viable, because we already swept one of my draws on liquidity, and there was two options we could do here. We could either continue dumping pre-market and take out this draw, or we could get a little move up. So market opens right here. I know I took a trade right, 3 minutes after market open, but like I thought it was pretty obvious, and I'm not, I'm not really like, I really don't see it as like impatience. I saw a clear thing happening here, and I decided to act on it. So we swept one of my draws on liquidity, so obviously that's not, a draw anymore. And I see this 1 minute gap able to get inverse, and the reason that I wanted to take this, so I have this, you can see I have this 1 hour intermediate high marked out. I kind of wanted to see this get hit before selling off, like before we sold off and took this low. I wanted to see us, like, maybe with market open, push higher, take it this intermediate high, and then look to target these lows that I marked out. So after we swept this low, I wanted to see a move up, or I wanted to see us just sell off and take this sell side, and then possibly buy up to this. And we didn't end up just selling off immediately, as you can see. And I was able to catch this like retracement up to this swing high and this 5 minute gap. The reason I was confident in this move was because I knew that if we weren't gonna, like I said, if we weren't gonna just completely dump and take this out right away, then we were gonna have to get some sort of like sweep of liquidity or retracement to a gap, which is we got both. We swept all this 1 minute accumulation, and we tapped into this 5 minute gap. The reason I was like able to catch this was because of the IFEG. I just I like market ordered here. I didn't wait for the candle, obviously, or else I would have been, all the way up here. But that's how I knew, or that's why I took the trade. if we ended up just like tapping into this 1 minute gap and then continuing lower, I wouldn't have obviously taken a long. That's just like what IFEGs are. I just targeted this high. I wasn't 100% confident we were gonna come all the way up here, but this was my. I was pretty confident we were gonna come up at least to here, and I had my break even also at this unfilled 3 minute. We had a small unfilled 3 minute gap right here. That was my break even. So if that was the retracement, then it would have been a risk-free trade regardless. Um, now I know what you're thinking. Like, if that was your whole plan, like shorts would have been really good. We have AMD model, honestly, kind of like we sub this accumulation, tap into a 5 minute overall, delivering off a daily gap. Um, and we still have untapped draws to the downside. You could have taken shorts. I probably could have taken shorts, but I, had the consistency rule. Shorts off this inversion, off this bullish gap, stops at this little wick, and then target this swing low. Could have easily taken that, and if I waited for that, could have been, maybe a better play than these longs here. But the thing is, I was quite confident in these longs. I had like just because I want to see price move down on the day doesn't mean, you know, if you can catch the retracement and you know where it's going to retrace, but why wouldn't you? I mean, I guess it's could be a lower win rate if you're only catching those, but like one-off days, I was pretty confident in this move. And I've kind of been realizing like it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter like what other people are taking. If majority of the people who trade inversions took this short today, it doesn't really matter that I took this long, because like at the end of the day, all that matters is that like if you can come on the markets every day, and like if you have proper psychology, good risk management, and you follow your rules, all that matters is that like if you can come on the day or come on the markets every day and make money, like that's really all that matters. It doesn't matter if like someone else who like trades the same model is like, oh, that's not a good trade. Well, like in my head it was, and like obviously if I took the loss here, I would have been willing to take the loss. So like it's really just a game versus yourself. I've been realizing like it doesn't matter. It actually does not matter at all what anyone else does. And yeah, it looks like we're just gonna keep selling off until I mean, we have all this kind of low resistance, high time frame liquidity. Could be looking at targets. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I kind of went on a rant, but that was the trade. So like, I was able to pretty much catch the retracement or the small move up before the sell off. This is what I wanted to see happen, and it's like, if I can predict this move up, then why wouldn't I just make my money there? But yeah, it is what it is. Like, again, if I took the loss, I would have taken the loss, and it would have been, obviously my fault. So like, I'm willing to take that, and yeah, that's all that matters. So overall, pretty good day. I'm just gonna edit this video and then probably hit the gym right away. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great Wednesday, and I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, see ya.